All right, we've been talking United. We spoke about them, obviously, Drew in Porto. Their owner or co-owner, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, has been speaking as well about under-pressure manager Erik Ten Hag. And he says, it is not my call. Asked if he still had faith in Ten Hag, Ratcliffe said this: I don't want to answer that question. I like Erik. I think he's a very good coach. But at the end of the day, it's not my call. Our objective is very clear. We want to take Manchester United back to where it should be. And it's not there yet, obviously. That's very clear. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not surprised the owners are not happy about what's going on. Performances for them. Owners want, especially when you're a club of Man United, like I'm used to seeing Manchester United in the Champions League. That's what it used to be. And when you're an owner, I know he's won the 2 cups and you can't take that away from him, but at some point, you've got to go, come on, we've got to get back to the Champions League. We have to get back to being Manchester United Football Club. And Man United finishing 8th last year, for me, is not good enough. Not good enough in the slightest.
The fact is, and we know this is widely publicised now, they were speaking to managers in the summer.
That I don't get either. If you're Ten Hag,
let's be honest, you've been speaking to managers, you didn't get who you wanted, you stuck with Ten Hag. Let's go to the phone lines very quickly. Montel, Manchester United fan. Montel, when you hear those words from the co-owner, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, what's your thoughts?
I'm just shocked. I think he has got a part to play in it. I think Ten Hag's not the right man, and it's time for him to go now.
Is that it, do you think? I mean, we've had a few callers say, okay, if he does go, who comes in? I mean, would you give it to Ruud until the end of the season?
No, I think if you give it to Ruud, it's another Ollie situation. You know, he could do the best he can and get us 4th, 5th, and then you go and give him the job, and then next season say it don't go good, then you're sacking him. I think you've got Thomas Tuchel, one of the best managers out there that's available right now. Why not go out and get him?
Do you know, the only thing about that is I like Thomas Tuchel. I think he's a fantastic manager, but people have said about the style of play, and people don't like, I mean, certainly Chelsea fans say they don't like the way that the style of play towards the end. So that might be something that you might look at the players that you've got and think, is that what I want to watch week in, week out? I mean, don't get me wrong, he's successful, won the Champions League, but it's quite combative as well.
He's a better manager than Erik Ten Hag.
Oh yeah, I've got no doubts about that.
Yeah. Surely you want the best in class right now, and he's just simply better.
So you go right now, you go and get Thomas Tuchel
right now.
I don't think every Man United fan would want that, you know. No.
A European Cup winner?
Yeah, I just don't think they will.
Yeah, I think they'll take that over what they've got right now.
I don't know, you know.
Really?
You'd be surprised, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, Erik Ten Hag does seem to be getting quite a lot of, it's weird, a lot of love from United fans. Again, 2 trophies in 2 seasons, you can understand. And some will argue and say, you know, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you count the trophies and not the league positions. But the league positions for United have been so bad, they have to come into consideration sometimes.
Well, Jose finished second, won 2 trophies, and they couldn't stand him. Could not stand it, couldn't wait for him to go.
And hated the style of play.
Hated
it. Yeah,
even when I speak to Andy and I say, the Mourinho time, he's like, I don't care. He'd like to erase that. Even though he won 2 trophies, he'd erase that whole period because he hated it.
Yeah. Do you think he survives? Do you think if they get beat by Villa, and Villa are big favourites,
he's gone.
You think he's gone?
He's gone.
Gets sacked?
Yeah, I think he's gone and Ruud will get the job.
Well, things can happen. We'll see what plays out. But yeah, we'll see how United do against Villa on the weekend. All right, when we come back, we're going to look into the rest of the games in the Premier League this weekend. Big games, Premier League preview. Man City versus Fulham tomorrow. 3 o'clock kickoff. Man City have had a bit of a wobble of recent. Is it a wobble with Man City? I mean, 2 draws. By the way, that draw against Newcastle was unlucky because Anthony Gordon's pen wasn't a pen, was it?
I mean, you're saying that, but this is where we are. Man City draw 2 games, crisis.
Yeah.
But that's because their standards are so high. The Arsenal game, yeah, they had to break down 10 men, but I still look at them as the favourites. I know they've lost Rodri, which is a big, big blow.
Massive. Enormous.
But Pep will figure it out.
Always does.
How many times have we questioned them when at the end of a season they've let players go and they've gone, oh, they look a bit weaker than before. They come back, they win something. They win the Premier League. They've won 4 in a row.
They don't quite have anything like that. Obviously, it's an obvious statement. They don't have a Rodri, but they haven't got that kind of mould. I know Kovacic can come in and do a similar role, but he's not like a Rodri. I don't look at him as a 6 like that.
No. I mean, Rodri's the best in the world in that position. Yeah. That's facts. But I do wonder, imagine something happens to Haaland. How do you replace them amount of goals? I mean, I know they've won titles before playing a false 9, but Haaland has been incredible. But this game should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Fulham have had a great start. Really good result at Nottingham Forest. Obviously, ended Nottingham Forest's unbeaten run. Absolutely walloping Newcastle the week before 3-1. They've got off to a really, really good start.
I mean, Fulham, fantastic under Marco Silva. And I think you forget all the sort of upheaval sort of last season where it looked like he could potentially be going as well. Marco Silva, there's a lot of talk about him going to Saudi Arabia. He stayed. He's got the players he wants at the club as well now. And there's a reason why they sit 6th in the league.
Do you know what there is? And I really like that front 4. I really like Jimenez, although last year it was all about Muniz. He was the guy who was scoring all the goals. Iwobi, he's linking really well with Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe, lovely footballer, and Adama Traore. He just looks more consistent this year. Mate, Adama as well.
He's still got it. I thought maybe he lost a yard of pace.
Are you crazy?
He's got faster.
Yeah.
I'm convinced he's got faster.
Yeah.
But you're right now, it's end product.
Yes.
I almost felt like that last season at Wolves, it was just like you're running for the sake of running. It just didn't quite work.
I remember their front three Wolves at one stage was Jimenez, Jota and Traore, and they used to cause absolute problems, man.
It was a problem for everyone.
Yeah, that
honestly.
three. But no,
remember that was the three that went in that little run in Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
In Europe, yeah.
But no, I like Fulham. I think Anderson's a really good signing. I found it really bizarre that he made the move from Palace to Fulham. I couldn't quite understand, but he did really well there before when they went down. So the fact they've got him back playing alongside Bassi, they've got options now. Fair play to Fulham. Fair play.
Is there a Phil Foden problem that needs to be discussed here? Because we haven't seen Phil hardly at all, really. Pep almost doesn't like questions being asked. He kind of bats them away when we talk about Phil Foden. And it's funny because it was all about Phil now. Cole Palmer's now the Phil Foden darling of the world.
Do you think that Cole Palmer's now past Foden? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, you need to do a bit more for me. I need a bit more.
Yeah,
Phil's incredible.
Yeah.
Premier League Player of the Year last season.
Exactly.
I mean, he's an incredible player, but you still want this to be... You almost feel like, when's it going to be time for this to be Phil's team? I don't know if they'll ever get that.
Not under Pepe, right? Because they've got too many good players. But he played a crucial part last year. You don't win PFA Premier League Player of the Year if you're not a good player. And also he's had his injuries to deal with this season, coming back from injury. He's still trying to find his groove. He's got a great goal against Slovan Bratislava in the week. Typical Phil Foden, gets it on his left foot, cuts inside, just outside the box, or just inside the box, I think. Finds that far corner. Phil will be back. He's only 24.
Yeah.
He's already shown how good he can be. He's just trying, obviously, finding his feet. Long summer as well with the Euros and things. He'll be fine. He'll come back sharper than ever.
It'll be good. Who do you think wins this one? Man City, Fulham?
Man City 2-0.
You think Man City?
Yeah. It'll be difficult though. It won't be like a smash. I'll say that now, I probably will, but I think 2-0, but I think Fulham will make it difficult. Yeah,
midweek game as well for Man City. So Fulham had a whole week to rest.
It's in their squad.
Doesn't matter. You're right, it doesn't matter. I'm with you. West Ham, Ipswich. West Ham. Ooh. Yeah, mate, honestly, this is an interesting one, isn't it? Because West Ham, West Ham fans were calling for David Moyes' head. They kind of got what they wanted, a manager that plays, the West Ham style of football. The results haven't gone their way at all.
No, it hasn't. The 1-1 with Brentford, getting smashed in the Cup 5-1 by Liverpool, getting smashed at home by Chelsea 3-0, drawn with Fulham, getting smashed at home by City, no disrespect in that. This is a tough game.
I really love the way you emphasise the smash part here.
Yeah, because I hold my hands up. When they brought players in West Ham, I went, this West Ham team should be pushing for top 6, right? When they brought in full crew, good player, German international.
I'm with you, dude.
Right, Champions League final.
I thought Kilman at the back. I thought, okay, we've got a solid defender at the back.
Somerville.
And they can keep, obviously, this Paquetá situation is fine. Somerville's a player. I'm with you. I looked at the starting 11 and thought, okay, one second. If they can get a striker, they've already got Kudus, Bowen, Paquetá, Somerville. They've got a squad there.
Exactly. I thought, but they have been so poor and they've been so easy to play against. And I think what is alarming is, and I think Chelsea exposed it, is how vulnerable they are with that ball in behind. They try and play a high line and they've not got the legs to do that. Like Chelsea and Nicholas Jackson just was carving through them like it was nobody's business. So this would be a good game. I think it should have looked decent. It's been tough, 4 draws in a row, but they've been in games. I don't think they're going to get blown away by anyone this season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I know Man City won 4-1, but they took the lead. It was at the Etihad, but this game, I think Ipswich can go and get something. Yeah,
this is surely one of those ones where you are looking at the fixture list. If you are Kieran McKenna and you're thinking, obviously, look, he's not going to say this, but you're thinking, okay, we need something here. Yeah. This is where it starts.
Well, Southampton was that game, wasn't it?
Southampton was that game.
Where you go, we should get something, and you end up, Sam Morsey has to save the day with a last-minute strike, but I think West Ham, if Ipswich go there and start really well.
Start with no fear.
Put
them on the back foot.
Even if they score, that place will turn.
Yeah.
Because I think there's all situation with Lopetegui and Kudus and them fighting
there's
and all that.
There's murmurings already about Lopetegui already.
Exactly.
And it's early, so we'll see.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.